Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Truth, Lies, and the Amazing Benefits of Martial Arts. Today we are in Bozeman, Montana, speaking with Brigitte Schulze.
Brigitte.
Okay, say it again?
Brigitte Schulze.
Brigitte Schulze. Okay, so she is the owner of Three Rivers SelfDefense, and we're going to be speaking with her today about a lot of different things in the martial arts and self-defense professions. So let's start off, and can you tell everyone who you are, where you're from, and how you got involved in martial arts?
Well, my name is Brigitte Schulze.
Okay.
And I grew up in Germany, near Munich. My first exposure to martial arts was through my brother, who was first a gymnast, but then got involved with judo, and I remember seeing him jumping over the fence into the neighbor's yard and rolling off, and jumping back into our yard and rolling, and that left an impression on me, and he later became involved in Wing Chun and also karate.
Okay.
By profession, I'm an attorney, and I decided at some point in my life that I needed more exercise than going up the 3 steps.
Right.
3 flights of stairs, and started Taekwondo.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, so you've done traditional martial arts.
I did traditional martial arts, Taekwondo, and also karate.
Okay.
For many, many years.
Okay.
And I also taught.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
so
and competed.
And competed.
I love
okay.
to compete.
And how long was that you did traditional martial arts, both Taekwondo and karate?
Ooh, now I'm dating myself. Now about 30 years ago is when I started.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so
30 years.
Okay, so it was a while.
Yes.
And then you also had a school.
I had a Taekwondo school.
Okay. And how long did you have the school for?
I had my own school in my own building for about 10 years.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So you've been very positively affected by martial arts your whole life.
I have, yeah.
But you've obviously in the recent past, and you said I think in the recent 10 years, you've shifted. You've gone from traditional martial arts to more of a self-defense approach. Can you kind of fill that in for us?
I did. I very much respect martial arts, Taekwondo, karate, and all the other arts too.
Okay.
But I shifted my energy and focus to self-defense, and my specific niche is a trauma-informed self-defense.
Okay.
And I focus exclusively on self-defense.
Okay.
Now. Martial arts have lots of benefits. They, aerobic fitness, balance, strength, discipline, focus, lots of benefits for many people, adults and kids, but they're not self-defense.
Correct. Yeah.
And I brought cases as an attorney for clients who had been harmed, had been hurt, and I found that the damages never undid the harm.
Yeah.
They could pay for bills, medical bills, other bills, but they didn't undo the harm.
Right.
I also, I had violence, I experienced violence and had experiences with violence since I was about 12 years old.
Okay.
Both personally with people that were dear to me and in my profession. I also worked as an advocate with advocating for human rights and specifically women's rights for many years. I worked later with a domestic violence organization. I did a night shift crisis line, crisis intervention once a week for about 18 months.
Okay.
And I found that systemic change is sorely needed, but very slow.
Yeah, I can definitely agree
slow.
on that. I agree.
And I love the martial arts, but they are not self-defense. And that was driven home to me when a young black belt who was a great martial artist got raped her first semester in college.
Oh, man.
That's just one example.
Sure.
So And I got asked more and more, can you teach us some self-defense? And initially I thought, oh yeah, with martial arts, but you need to come and train. And I realized, no, martial arts generally do not teach self-defense. It's
Right.
something different.
And why would you say that? Because that is the truth. That's the truth that we've seen across the country. That it's predominantly martial arts, but very little self-defense. So why would you say that is? That there's just so little actual self-defense schools and training?
Is your question, why are there so few
Yeah,
self-defense schools?
Correct. Why are there so few? Why are there so few either, that are just self-defense, that are just trying to solve that problem?
I think there are a number of reasons. One is, I think, that a lot of martial arts businesses are businesses for profit that
Yep.
need to make money.
Mm-hmm.
And there is more money in martial arts run as a business, recruiting children, providing regular classes that you go on. You want to have them train with you for years and years and years. There are promotion fees and so on.
It's more sustainable.
It's more sustainable.
Yeah.
With self-defense, first you have to have people come in.
Right.
And the experience of most self-defense instructors, and me included, is a lot of people come after they have had something happen to them. And so as a business, it's not as sustainable.
Okay.
I don't do it as a business.
Right.
I do it in part as a business.
Sure.
I'm very... it's very important to me to run it in a very professional way, research-based, evidence-based, but you need to be prepared to run it differently.
Yeah.
So for me, the most important thing is to provide the best possible service, trauma-informed. I have plenty of clients who can pay for fees, like one-on-one training, like a personal trainer.
Okay.
And I work a lot with domestic violence organizations, sexual assault resource centers, who call me up and ask if I would do a training with somebody who had an assault.
I see.
And needs trauma-informed training in a place where they feel comfortable and feel safe, and that does it on a pro bono basis for them.
I see. Well, that's very good, because of this. I would probably have to say this might be either the first or one of the only places that we visited in the U.S. so far that addresses the issue the way you're doing it. The only other place would be a place in New Hampshire that we've already visited, but so far the only female-run and owned self-defense business that we've actually encountered. Right? Wouldn't you say like that?
Do you find that helps with trust with your clients, as you being a woman as well? Whereas if it was a male-run business, do you think that women that have been assaulted or in domestic violence situations would be less inclined to take part in training from another man?
I think that's definitely the case.
Okay.
So we need more women in martial arts. So we need more women in self-defense.
I think we need more trauma-informed people in self-defense.
Okay.
That could be a man.
I see.
But I think that's a big that's lacking in self-defense. In a lot of circles with the domestic violence organizations, intimate partner violence organizations, sexual assault centers, the experience with self-defense has been negative because their clients get re-traumatized.
They're lacking the education on what the emotional and physical needs are.
Exactly. You cannot provide self-defense training for everyone in the same way. If you have a person who has been severely traumatized. Most attacks against women involve strangulation attempts.
Right.
I cannot start out with this person and put my hands around her neck and say,
right,
now,
because now you're
show me what you
re-traumatizing
do."
her. Yeah.
You have to do it in a graduated, titrated way, and this person can get there. They
Right.
can do self-defense in an intense under intense circumstances, like with the lights out, with music blaring. But that's not how you start out.
Right.
You graduate the approach and you build the trust, and you don't start out generally with the physical self-defense. We start out with getting people, reacquainting people with their sensations and with noting their body sensations and their feelings, because trauma has an effect on the body. So we rebuild cellular memory eventually, but we start out with rebuilding, helping the clients to re-access their sensations.
Okay.
Like, take situational awareness. In every self-defense course you taught, you got to be situationally aware.
Yeah.
And I remember when I went to courses, I heard, well, you watch everyone with a backpack or everyone with a knife on their belt.
Right.
That doesn't help my usual client. We need to start with self-awareness before situational awareness. They need to get in touch again with what they sense, what they feel, trusting their sensations, trusting their feeling. Because most attacks, as you know, against women and girls are by people they know.
Right.
Generally men they know, but not always. I've had quite a few clients, women attacked by women, but people they know in places they considered safe.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we've definitely seen a lot of that in across our travels, where basically self-defense is being taught as more of a compulsory approach, where it's the same for everyone, when in reality it's a very personal approach that you have to have for self-defense. Would you agree?
Yeah.
And
with
it's
that?
still taught as like a stranger danger sort of mentality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's usually with someone that you know.
And it's also often taught with instructors that use the same kind of dominating, controlling approach with their clients or students, calling them students. I'm the big instructor who knows what to do, and I tell you what to do.
Right.
I don't tell my people what to do. I don't tell my clients what to do.
Okay.
I give them options.
Yeah.
And I build up to where they can use different options, because if I teach everybody how to do hammer fists and ice strikes, when that isn't the appropriate response, often they freeze again because they don't have a graduated, scaled force response to boundary setting or defense.
Would you agree that the majority of individuals that are instructing self-defense are not taking a more empathetic approach to teaching self-defense prior to, addressing the violence of it? Meaning, like, for yourself, you've explained that you want to make sure you basically rebuild the person back up again, but you're not going to start where things left off from the choke. You're going to try to reach them more empathetically first and be a little more gentle about it, and instead of just jumping right in. I mean, would you say that there's a lack of that empathetic reach or approach to self-defense?
I don't want to generalize.
Okay.
But what I have seen.
Okay.
What I have seen is that there is a lack of background.
Okay.
And a lack of empathy and also humility.
Okay.
Among
I agree with that.
Instructors.
Yeah.
It's the I know how to smash force.
So there's just a lot of ego.
There's a lot of ego.
A lot of ego.
And that can be women and men. Mm-hmm. To say I found it more in guys.
Yep.
I trained.
So have I.
Yeah, I trained all over the country, and I'm 5'4".
Yeah.
Maybe a little more.
Yeah.
1.63 meters, and I weigh about 125 pounds, and I've trained, and I focus my training on training against guys larger, 6'3", 6'4", more mass, way more pounds, and I found, it takes a while until you show them, your size doesn't bother me, because I don't do traditional martial arts. I'm not in a fight against you. I'm looking for a vulnerable target, and I'll take you out.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's a different
mindset. With when I train, especially smaller women, I emphasize that you're not in a fight, you're not in a ring.
Yeah.
You're just protecting yourself against a body, and that has a structure, and that body has vulnerable targets, and that's what you target.
Yeah,
So,
right.